How to Attract Success with the Law of Attraction, 10 skill that every person needs in life. How to see yourself to be disciplined to improve your English speaking skills. How to see yourself to be disciplined. Imagine for a moment that your life is a blank canvas, and every thought you think, every belief you hold, every word you speak, is a brushstroke painting the reality you live in. This book you are about to hear is not just a collection of ideas. It is a roadmap, a companion, a guide to help you awaken the hidden power within you. The title is How to Attract Success with the Law of Attraction. But this is not only about wealth or fame or recognition. Success here means living in alignment with your highest potential, becoming the person you were always meant to be. Chapter 1: Life is a journey that begins the moment you first open your eyes, and yet most people drift through it unaware of the immense creative power they carry within themselves, a power that is constantly shaping their experiences, whether they recognize it or not. In this chapter, we are not diving into complex theories or heavy philosophies. Rather, we are setting the stage, laying out the foundation, the cocker, the blueprint of what this entire book will unfold. Because before we take any step into the deeper realms of the law of attraction and the art of attracting success, it is essential that you see the entire path that lies ahead of you and understand what each step will bring into your awareness. And so I invite you to imagine this book as both a guide and a companion, one that will take you by the hand and show you how to awaken the hidden potential that has been waiting inside you all along. Here, success will not be defined merely as money in the bank or fame in the world's eyes, but as the fulfillment of your highest potential, the alignment of your inner desires with the reality you live in, the harmony between who you are and who you were always meant to be. Because true success is not an external trophy, it is the unfolding of your greatest self. And in this book we will walk through 15 powerful stages that will illuminate how the law of attraction works, how your mind and emotions shape your future, and how you can deliberately choose a life of abundance, purpose, and fulfillment. First, we will explore the very essence of the law of attraction, what it truly means, how it has always been working in your life even when you were not aware of it, and why so many people misunderstand it or misuse it. You will learn that this law is not a magical trick or a wishful fantasy, but a universal principle as reliable as gravity, always responding to the energy you put out into the world. Then we will dive into the power of thought, and you will come to see how every thought you entertain is a signal, a vibration, a frequency that calls back into your life experiences that match it. And here you will learn the importance of discipline, because only the thoughts that you repeatedly focus on, the ones you truly hold on to, become the blueprint of your reality. Scattered wishes do little, but focused thought is creation in motion. After that, we will go deeper into the role of belief, because thought without belief is like a seed scattered on rocky ground, but thought rooted in deep belief becomes unstoppable, and you will discover how your subconscious beliefs, even the ones you are not aware of, are shaping the limits of what you think is possible for you. In this stage, you will learn how to reprogram and replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones that align with the success you desire. Next, you will enter the world of visualization, where you will learn that the mind cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically real, and how using the power of imagination allows you to create a mental rehearsal of your success long before it shows up in the physical world. And you will see how great athletes, leaders, and creators use this very practice to achieve what once seemed impossible. Beyond visualization, you will discover the magnetic role of emotions, because it is not enough to think success. You must feel it. You must embody the emotions of having already achieved it, since emotions are the fuel that strengthens the vibration of your thoughts. Here, you will learn how joy, gratitude, and excitement act as magnets, while fear, doubt, and frustration push your desires away. Gratitude itself will be explored as a powerful key, because gratitude is not just a polite habit, it is a force that multiplies abundance, shifting your focus from lack to fullness, and in doing so, drawing even more blessings into your life. As the journey unfolds, we will confront the inner blocks that arise, doubts, fears, old wounds, and negative beliefs. And you will be shown how to transform these blocks, not by fighting them, but by replacing them, learning to speak new truths until the old ones lose their grip, and as those walls fall away, space opens for new opportunities to enter. Then, we will move into the realm of action, and you will understand the difference between forced action driven by fear and inspired action that flows naturally when you are aligned with the universe. Inspired action feels effortless, and it is in those moments of intuition, sudden clarity, or inner nudges that the universe speaks, guiding you to the exact steps that will move you forward. Patience will follow, because success does not always appear overnight. And here you will learn to trust the timing of the universe, recognizing that the seed you planted is growing even when you cannot yet see the sprout, and that consistency, belief, and persistence are what ensure the harvest. Along the way, failure will be redefined, no longer as something to fear, but as a necessary teacher, a stepping stone that shapes and strengthens you, preparing you for greater success than you imagined. Because every great achiever has walked through the valley of failure before reaching the mountain of success. You will then discover the importance of environment, of the people you surround yourself with, the voices you allow into your mind, and how your circle can either lift you higher or drag you lower. Success is magnetic, but so is negativity, and you will learn to choose wisely. From there, we will expand into a higher truth, that success is not only about material wealth or recognition, but about alignment with purpose, because only when your goals are tied to your soul, when they benefit not only you but also the lives of others, does the law of attraction respond with unstoppable power. Then, we will explore faith, that invisible bridge between desire and manifestation, the unshakable knowing that even when nothing in your circumstances seems to confirm it, your success is already on its way, and faith is what allows you to act, speak, and live as if the result is inevitable. Finally, in the last chapter, you will arrive at the realization that the law of attraction is not outside of you but within you, that you have always been attracting, shaping, and creating, only now you will do it consciously and deliberately, with awareness, confidence, and joy. And by the end of this journey, success will not simply be something you are chasing, it will be something you embody, something you radiate, something you live. And so, as this first chapter closes, know that the journey has already begun, because the very act of listening, of opening your mind, of choosing to believe in possibility, is the first vibration of success calling its way into your life. And from here, each word, each thought, and each chapter will take you further into the reality you were always destined to create. Chapter 2. The law of attraction is one of the simplest yet most misunderstood principles in the universe. And in order to truly attract success, you must first understand what this law is and what it is not, because while it has been spoken of in ancient texts, whispered in spiritual traditions, and written about in modern self-help books, it is often painted either as a magical trick or dismissed as a shallow fantasy, when in truth it is neither. It is a natural law, as real as gravity, as constant as the rising and setting of the sun, and it is always working in your life, whether you believe in it or not, because it is not dependent on your faith in it, but on the energy you constantly give out, the vibration you hold, the frequency you broadcast into the vast ocean of existence around you. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a radio tower, continuously sending out signals with every thought you think, every word you speak, and every emotion you feel. And just as a radio station only attracts the frequency it is tuned into, Your life attracts experiences that match the frequency of your inner state, which means that if you are consistently broadcasting fear, doubt, and lack, then your reality will echo those same vibrations. But if you are broadcasting confidence, gratitude, and abundance, the universe has no choice but to mirror those back into your life. The truth is, the law of attraction is not something you switch on and off. It is always active, always responding, always matching, and the results you see in your life today are the evidence of the energy you have been putting out in the days, months, and even years before. So when you look around and see struggle or stagnation, it is not punishment, it is simply feedback, showing you where your vibration has been living. And this is where many people fall into misunderstanding, because they believe that a single positive thought should erase years of negativity, or that a moment of visualization should immediately manifest a dream, and when it doesn't happen, they declare the law false or useless. But in reality, the universe is simply reflecting consistency, because it is not the passing thought that creates your world. It is the dominant vibration, the emotional state you live in most often, the beliefs you carry at the deepest level. And so the law of attraction is not about wishing harder, but about aligning consistently. Consider how the farmer works the land. He does not plant seeds one day and expect a harvest the next, nor does he curse the soil when the crops are still beneath the ground. He understands that the law of growth is patient, consistent, and certain, and in the same way, the law of attraction demands that you trust the process. Keep sowing seeds of thought, keep nurturing them with belief, and know that the harvest will come in its season. Another misunderstanding arises when people believe that this law is only about getting things, such as cars, houses, or money, when in reality, it is about alignment, about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts those experiences. And this is why chasing after things without changing your inner state leads only to frustration, because the law of attraction does not respond to desperation, it responds to vibration. If you are asking for wealth while holding a vibration of lack, the vibration wins every time, because the universe listens not to your words, but to your energy. And so the first step is to become aware of what you are really broadcasting. Success in using the law of attraction begins with awareness, the gentle but powerful practice of observing your own thoughts, noticing your emotions, and paying attention to the words you speak, because your inner dialogue is a direct clue to the vibration you are living in. When you say, "I never have enough," you are planting seeds of scarcity, and when you say, "Everything always works out for me," you are planting seeds of abundance. And over time, those seeds grow into experiences. You may have noticed that some people seem to live with ease. Opportunities find them, doors open, resources appear, and others seem to struggle endlessly, always stuck, always lacking. This is not because life has favorites, but because some have learned, consciously or unconsciously, to align their vibration with what they want, while others remain stuck in vibrations that contradict their desires. The law of attraction is impartial. It does not reward the good or punish the bad. It simply responds to energy. Just as gravity does not care whether you are a saint or a sinner, it pulls all equally, so too, the law of attraction responds to the frequency you emit. And if you want to attract success, the first lesson is to understand that you must tune your inner world to the frequency of success, which means cultivating thoughts of possibility, beliefs of abundance, and emotions of joy long before the physical evidence appears. This is where faith plays its first role, because the human mind wants proof before belief, but the law of attraction demands belief before proof. And that is why so many abandon the practice before they see results, not realizing that the results were already on their way. If you can grasp this truth, that the law of attraction is always working, always mirroring, always reflecting, then you will never again wonder whether you are capable of success, because you will know that success is already seeking you, waiting only for you to match its frequency. And as you listen to these words, let this understanding settle deeply within you. You are never a victim of random chance. You are the author of your experience. You are the painter of your reality, and with every thought, every belief, every emotion, you are attracting the life you will live tomorrow. So choose wisely, choose consciously, and remember that the law of attraction is not outside of you. It is you working silently, consistently, powerfully, in every moment of your life. Chapter 3. Thoughts are not fleeting shadows that disappear as quickly as they arrive. They are living energies, subtle yet powerful, constantly shaping the experiences you call your reality. And in order to attract success with the law of attraction, you must first grasp the immense force carried within every thought that passes through your mind. Because thoughts are not passive, they are active broadcasts sent out into the universe, each one carrying a vibration, a signal, an instruction, and the universe, impartial and unchanging, responds faithfully to the signal it receives, reflecting back experiences that match it with precision, just as an echo mirrors the sound that was sent out. And so when you wake in the morning with thoughts of doubt, fear, or limitation, those very thoughts begin to weave the fabric of your day, calling forth situations that mirror them. But when you rise with thoughts of possibility, excitement, and abundance, the universe arranges itself to honor that vibration, placing before you opportunities, connections, and synchronicities that align with what you expect. Imagine your mind as a projector, and your life as the screen. Whatever film you run through your thoughts will inevitably appear before your eyes, not because the universe plays favorites, but because it mirrors the vibration you hold most often, and herein lies the great truth. It is not the occasional thought that creates your destiny, but the consistent pattern, the dominant stream of ideas that flow through you day after day, shaping not only your mood, but your entire perception of life. If you constantly think life is unfair, then you will notice and attract unfairness everywhere. But if you choose to believe that life is abundant and generous, you will find evidence of generosity unfolding before you again and again. This is why mastering your thoughts is the very foundation of mastering your destiny, because thoughts are the seeds of everything that later grows into belief, action, and ultimately reality. Think for a moment about how inventions, revolutions, and achievements throughout history began. They all started as thoughts in the mind of one person who dared to hold on to them long enough, nurture them with belief, and act upon them until they became reality. The airplane was once a thought in the minds of the Wright brothers, dismissed by others as impossible, but because they persisted in thinking it, imagining it, and believing it, that thought eventually took flight in the physical world. The light bulb, the telephone, the very technologies you hold in your hands today were once fragile thoughts, ridiculed by many, yet brought into existence by those who refused to let the thought go. What, then, is the difference between those who succeed and those who do not? It is not intelligence or luck, it is the mastery of thought, the willingness to hold onto an idea of success even when the evidence does not yet exist. Your thoughts create neural pathways in your brain. They shape your habits, they influence your emotions, and together they create the energy that attracts your experiences. This is why a person who constantly thinks of scarcity will find themselves always lacking, while another who trains their mind to dwell on abundance will naturally attract opportunities to increase it. The law of attraction responds to vibration, and vibration is born first from thought. Yet here lies the challenge. Most people do not think consciously, they think habitually, replaying the same mental stories over and over again, stories of failure, rejection, and limitation, often inherited from parents, teachers, or society, and without awareness, these thoughts become the default frequency of their lives. To attract success, you must take control of your thinking, not once, not occasionally, but consistently, with discipline and intention. This does not mean you must never have a negative thought, for that would be impossible, but it does mean you must learn to notice when a thought of lack arises and gently redirect it toward possibility, to replace "I cannot do this" with "I am learning, growing, and capable," to replace "life is hard" with "life is guiding me toward greater strength and wisdom." Each shift in thought is a shift in vibration, and each shift in vibration is a shift in what you attract. This is why affirmations are powerful when spoken with feeling, not because the words themselves hold magic, but because repeating them plants new thoughts that, over time, become dominant beliefs, and those beliefs create new realities. Consider this: your current life is the sum of all the thoughts you have believed most often in the past. Your future life will be the sum of the thoughts you choose to nurture now. When you understand this, you will stop blaming circumstances, people, or fate, and instead take responsibility for the thoughts you allow to live in your mind. Success, then, begins not with action but with thought, for thought precedes action, and action precedes results. If you wish to change your results, you must first change your thoughts. As you listen to these words, recognize that every time you choose a thought of hope over despair, a thought of abundance over lack, a thought of love over fear, you are not only changing your inner state, you are sending out a new frequency into the universe, one that will return to you in the form of new opportunities, new relationships, new outcomes. And though this process requires practice and patience, know this: you are never at the mercy of your thoughts. You are the master of them, and the moment you decide to take control, you reclaim your power as a creator. From this chapter forward, let every thought become a conscious choice. Let your mind become fertile soil for ideas of growth, possibility, and success, and let your awareness guide you each time you drift into old patterns, gently reminding you that thoughts are not merely passing clouds, but the architects of your destiny. For when you truly master your thoughts, you master your life, and success becomes not something you chase, but something you naturally attract, because you have tuned your inner world to the frequency of abundance itself. Chapter 4: Belief is the bridge between thought and reality, the invisible thread that turns a fleeting idea into a living experience, and without belief, no thought, no matter how powerful, can fully take root, because belief is the fertile soil where the seeds of thought grow into the trees of reality. You may think about success, you may daydream about wealth, health, or happiness, but if deep within you there lingers the conviction that it is not possible for you, that you are unworthy of it, or that life does not work that way, then the law of attraction will mirror your belief, not your wish, and you will find yourself stuck in the same cycles over and over again, wondering why nothing changes. Belief is not pretending. It is not repeating empty words while secretly doubting inside. Belief is the inner knowing, the quiet but unshakable certainty that what you desire is not only possible, but already on its way. And this certainty changes everything, because when you truly believe, your thoughts shift, your emotions rise, your actions align, and the universe responds to the unwavering signal you broadcast. Consider a person who believes with all their heart that they will succeed. Every challenge becomes a stepping stone, every obstacle is temporary, and every delay is simply a test of patience. Now consider another person with the same desire, but a weak belief. Every challenge feels like a dead end. Every obstacle confirms their doubt, and every delay becomes proof that it will never happen, and so belief, or the lack of it, becomes the deciding factor in who manifests success and who remains stuck in longing. Throughout history, belief has been the secret force behind miracles, inventions, revolutions, and personal triumphs. It was belief that carried explorers into uncharted oceans, belief that led scientists to discover what was once invisible, belief that allowed those who had nothing to create everything, because belief shapes perception, and perception shapes reality. The law of attraction does not respond to what you say you want, it responds to what you believe you can have, and if there is a conflict between your spoken desire and your inner belief, the belief will always win, for it is the stronger vibration. This is why people who recite affirmations or visualize success without cultivating true belief often find little change in their lives, because their words are contradicted by the silent but powerful energy of doubt living inside them. The question then becomes, how do you build belief, especially if you have lived for years with thoughts of limitation? The first step is awareness, noticing the beliefs that run your life unconsciously. For many of your deepest beliefs were not chosen by you, they were inherited from parents, teachers, culture, or painful experiences, and yet, without awareness, you continue to live by them as though they were laws carved in stone. Perhaps you were told as a child that money is scarce, that success is only for the lucky, that dreams are unrealistic, and now, as an adult, you carry those beliefs like invisible chains, holding you back even when you consciously desire more. But once you bring these beliefs into the light, you can question them, challenge them, and replace them, because belief is not fixed. It is learned, and what is learned can be unlearned. The process of building belief begins with small steps, finding evidence, however tiny, that supports the possibility of what you desire, because every bit of evidence strengthens the roots of belief. If you desire abundance, start by noticing the abundance already present in nature, in opportunities, in simple blessings around you, and let your mind open to the idea that if abundance exists everywhere, it can exist for you too. If you desire health, notice every small improvement, every sign of strength in your body, and let those signs feed your belief that greater health is possible. Belief is strengthened through repetition, through affirmations spoken with emotion, through visualization practiced daily, and through acting as if your desire is already true, because when you walk, speak, and make decisions from the place of belief, your subconscious begins to align with that new reality. It may not happen overnight, but with persistence, the old limiting beliefs lose their power, and the new empowering beliefs become the dominant vibration. Another powerful way to build belief is through environment, surrounding yourself with people, stories, and experiences that reinforce possibility rather than limitation, because if you spend your days with those who complain, doubt, and fear, their energy will feed your disbelief. But if you immerse yourself in voices of faith, examples of success, and mentors who embody what you desire, your own belief will rise to match theirs. Remember, belief is contagious and energy is shared, so choose wisely whom and what you allow to shape your inner world. There will always be moments of doubt, because you are human, but belief does not mean never doubting. It means refusing to let doubt take the final word. It means standing firm in faith, even when circumstances are not yet in your favor, trusting that what you desire is already moving toward you, even if you cannot see it. And when belief becomes strong enough, you no longer chase success, you attract it effortlessly, because your vibration has become so consistent, so aligned, that the universe has no choice but to deliver what matches it. Think of belief as the key that unlocks the door between thought and manifestation. Without it, the door remains closed, but with it, every possibility opens before you. So as this chapter comes to a close, let this truth settle deep into your heart. You do not need to wait for proof before you believe. You must believe before proof arrives, because the universe reflects not your wishes but your certainty, and the moment you choose to truly believe in your success, the law of attraction will conspire to make it so, turning invisible dreams into visible reality and transforming you into a living magnet for everything you once thought was out of reach. Chapter 5, Visualization, is one of the most powerful tools available to you in the practice of the law of attraction, because it speaks the language of the subconscious mind, the part of you that does not distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically real. And when you learn to use this tool with clarity and emotion, you give the universe a blueprint so precise that it begins to rearrange circumstances, people, and opportunities to match what you have envisioned. Think of your imagination as the workshop of creation, a sacred space where you can design the life you want long before it materializes in front of you, and understand that every great achievement in history was first imagined in vivid detail before it came to life. Whether it was the architect who pictured the building before laying the first brick, the inventor who saw the machine before it was built, or the leader who envisioned a better world before inspiring others to create it, the power of visualization lies in its ability to make your dreams feel real now, and the subconscious mind, being the seat of belief and emotion, takes these images as instructions, setting into motion the inner and outer forces that bring them into reality. If you close your eyes and picture yourself standing on a stage, delivering a speech that moves the hearts of thousands, feeling the lights, hearing the applause, sensing the emotion in the crowd, your subconscious mind begins to register this as a lived experience. And the more vividly you rehearse it in your inner world, the more naturally you will embody the confidence, actions, and energy that make it possible in the outer world. Athletes have long used this secret, visualizing every movement of their performance, seeing themselves crossing the finish line or scoring the winning goal, and countless studies have shown that the brain activates in the same way during visualization as it does during the real event, meaning that the mind is literally practicing success before it happens, wiring the body and emotions for victory. The same principle applies to every area of life. When you visualize wealth, imagine not just the numbers in a bank account, but the feeling of freedom, the choices you can make, the life you live without financial worry. When you visualize health, imagine yourself running with energy, feeling strong, vibrant, alive. When you visualize relationships, see yourself surrounded by love, warmth, and support, feeling the joy of connection as though it were already here. The clearer and more emotional the vision, the stronger the signal you send into the universe. Because it is not enough to simply see an image, you must feel it, embody it, breathe it as though it were already true. And this is where many people go wrong, treating visualization like a cold mental exercise rather than a living rehearsal. The truth is, when you visualize without emotion, it is like sending a weak signal, but when you infuse it with passion, gratitude, and joy, you are sending out a frequency so strong that it becomes magnetic. Some may ask, but how can I feel joy for something that has not yet happened? And the answer is simple. The mind does not care whether it is real or imagined, and so you are free to borrow the emotions of the future, to practice them now, to step into the version of yourself who has already succeeded. And in doing so, you attract the reality that matches it. Visualization also asks for the universe, clarifying what you truly desire, because many people wander aimlessly, saying they want success but never defining it, and so they attract confusion instead. But when you take the time to see your dream in detail, to imagine the colors, the textures, the sounds, and the feelings, you are giving precise instructions to the creative power that governs all. This practice should not be forced or rushed. Even a few minutes each day, done with sincerity and focus, can transform your vibration. Picture your goals in the morning as you rise, or at night before you sleep, when your mind is most open to suggestion. And with each session, allow the image to become clearer, more real, more alive. Over time, you will notice subtle shifts, opportunities appearing, people crossing your path, ideas sparking within you, all guiding you closer to what you have envisioned. And though skeptics may dismiss visualization as fantasy, the truth is that everything around you, every building, every invention, every work of art, was once a fantasy in someone's mind, and if they had dismissed it, it would never have been born into reality. Visualization is not about escaping life. It is about shaping it. It is about training your mind and emotions to align with the reality you wish to attract, so that when it arrives, you are already prepared to receive it. The universe responds most powerfully to clarity, and visualization provides that clarity, stripping away doubt and confusion, and leaving behind a vivid picture of what you want. And as you deepen your practice, you will discover that visualization does more than attract external success. It transforms you internally, teaching you to think, feel, and act like the person you are becoming, until one day you wake up and realize that what you once only imagined is now the life you are living. This is the true miracle of visualization. It allows you to step into the future now, to live it in your heart and mind before it appears, and by doing so, you draw it toward you with irresistible force. So let this truth sink in, that the images you create within you are not idle fantasies, they are blueprints, they are seeds of reality, and the more vividly and consistently you nurture them, the more certain it becomes that they will take root in the soil of your life, blossom into opportunities, and bear the fruits of success that you once only dreamed of. For the power to create is already within you, waiting for you to dare to see it before you hold it. Chapter 6. Affirmations are the spoken bridge between your conscious desires and your subconscious beliefs, and when used with consistency, clarity, and emotional intensity, they can reshape the patterns of thought that govern your reality, because every word you repeat becomes an instruction to your inner world, and your inner world is what eventually shapes your outer world. Consider how often people speak words of defeat without realizing it, saying things like, "I can't do this," or "I never get lucky," or "That's just not possible for me." And with each repetition, they reinforce the idea in their subconscious, programming themselves to expect failure, while the law of attraction faithfully delivers more of what aligns with that expectation. But imagine what happens when you reverse this pattern, when you begin to fill your mind and tongue with words that affirm your worth, your potential, and your success, when instead of saying, "I can't," you affirm, "I am capable." When instead of, "I never get lucky," you affirm, "I am always in the right place at the right time." When instead of, "That's not possible for me," you affirm, "All things are possible for me." Because slowly but surely, your subconscious begins to believe the new script, and as your belief deepens, your energy shifts, your actions align, and the universe rearranges to match your new vibration. Affirmations are not mere positive statements, they are declarations of identity. They are seeds planted into the soil of your subconscious, and like seeds, they must be nurtured with repetition, emotion, and patience before they bear fruit. When you say, "I am successful," you are not describing your present reality, you are commanding your subconscious to create that reality. And when you back those words with faith and feeling, they gain the power to override years of negative conditioning. The key, however, is to frame affirmations in the present tense, because the subconscious mind does not operate in future possibilities. It operates in the now. And when you say, "I will be successful," your subconscious hears that success is always in the future, always out of reach. But when you declare, "I am successful," you anchor the vibration of success in the present moment, making it real now. And by living in that vibration, you naturally attract experiences that confirm it. Some people resist affirmations because they feel false at first, but this resistance is simply the clash between the old beliefs and the new truth you are creating, and if you persist, the repetition of affirmations begins to soften the old programming until it dissolves entirely, replaced by the new empowering story you choose to tell yourself. Just as a child learns language by hearing words repeated over and over, your subconscious learns its language of belief by hearing your affirmations repeated with consistency until they become the natural background of your thoughts. Imagine waking each morning and looking into the mirror, not to criticize yourself, but to declare with conviction, I am worthy of wealth, I am worthy of wealth, I am worthy of health, I am powerful, I am creative, I am unstoppable. And as you say these words with emotion, you begin to feel them, and as you feel them, they become part of your identity, and once they are your identity, they shape every decision, every action, every outcome. Think about the difference between a person who says, I am confident, daily versus one who says, I am shy and awkward, daily. Over time, these declarations become self-fulfilling prophecies, because what you believe about yourself, you live out, and what you live out, you attract back. Affirmations are also most powerful when paired with visualization. When you say, I am abundant, and at the same time imagine yourself living in abundance, feeling the freedom, the joy, the gratitude, you are reinforcing the affirmation with both words and images, sending a stronger signal to the subconscious and the universe. Some may dismiss affirmations as unrealistic, but the truth is, every belief you currently hold was once an affirmation repeated until it became your reality. If you grew up being told you were smart, you carried that affirmation into your adult life. And if you grew up being told you were worthless, you carried that too. So the question is not whether affirmations work, but whether you are willing to consciously choose affirmations that serve you rather than harm you. To master this tool, make affirmations part of your daily practice. Repeat them in the morning to set your energy for the day. Repeat them at night before sleep to impress them deeply into the subconscious. Write them down in a journal. Record them in your own voice and listen to them. Surround yourself with reminders of them, and most importantly, say them with feeling, because emotion is the fuel that powers affirmations, and without emotion, they remain empty words. Over time, you will notice shifts within yourself. You will speak with more confidence, walk with more purpose, and approach challenges with more strength, because the new affirmations have reprogrammed your mind to see yourself as capable, deserving, and powerful. And as your self-concept changes, your vibration rises, and as your vibration rises, the law of attraction responds by bringing you opportunities, people, and circumstances that match the new frequency you are living in. This is why affirmations are not magic spells whispered into the void. They are the conscious shaping of your identity, and once your identity aligns with your desires, success becomes inevitable. So let this truth sink in. Every word you speak is an affirmation, whether positive or negative, empowering or disempowering, and every affirmation plants a seed in the garden of your subconscious. The only question is, are you planting weeds or flowers? Choose your words wisely, repeat them faithfully, feel them deeply, and watch as the story you tell yourself becomes the life you live. Because the law of attraction cannot resist the vibration of a person who has already declared and embodied their success. Chapter 7: Gratitude is the hidden magnet of the universe, the silent force that lies blessings and draws abundance into your life with an effortless grace. Because when you live in a state of gratitude, you are telling the universe that you already have enough, that you are already fulfilled, and that your heart is already open to receiving more. And this simple shift from lack to appreciation changes everything, for the law of attraction does not respond to begging, to desperation, or to complaints. It responds to vibration, and the vibration of gratitude is one of the highest, most magnetic frequencies you can embody. Consider how often people focus on what is missing, constantly saying things like, I don't have enough money, or I wish I had a better job, or I hate my situation, and without realizing it, they are amplifying their lack, sending a signal to the universe that they are rooted in dissatisfaction. And the law of attraction faithfully brings them more experiences to confirm their lack. But the person who wakes up each day and gives thanks for the roof over their head, for the food on their plate, for the opportunities waiting to unfold, and even for the challenges that shape them, radiates a frequency that calls forth more blessings. because gratitude is not just about saying thank you, it is about cultivating a deep inner awareness that life is already abundant, that you already have more than enough. And when you live from that awareness, abundance multiplies. Gratitude works like a lens through which you see your reality. Two people can have the same circumstances, yet one complains endlessly, while the other rejoices in small gifts. And the difference in their vibration creates a difference in their destiny, because the complainer vibrates scarcity and attracts more to complain about, while the grateful one vibrates abundance and attracts more to celebrate. This is why great spiritual teachers and successful leaders alike emphasize gratitude as a daily practice, because they know it aligns your energy with the flow of creation. When you say, "Thank you," with sincerity, you are acknowledging the gifts of the present, while opening the door for future blessings to arrive. Gratitude also has a profound psychological effect, rewiring the brain to focus on positivity, which in turn creates a more hopeful outlook, stronger resilience, and greater emotional well-being. And when your inner state improves, your outer reality follows, because the law of attraction mirrors the dominant state of your being. Imagine keeping a gratitude journal where every evening you write down 3 things you are thankful for, no matter how small. Maybe a kind smile from a stranger, the warmth of your coffee, the love of a family member, or the progress you made toward a goal. And as you do this consistently, your mind begins to search for more things to appreciate during the day, training your focus away from lack and toward abundance. And that focus, like a magnet, draws more of what you appreciate into your experience. Gratitude also amplifies affirmations and visualizations, because when you say, "I am abundant," with a heart full of thankfulness for the abundance you already have, the vibration is authentic, it is believable, it is powerful. Whereas if you say, "I am abundant," while feeling empty and ungrateful, there is a conflict in vibration. And the law of attraction responds not to your words but to your feeling. So when you combine gratitude with desire, you create an unstoppable current of attraction. Gratitude even has the power to transform challenges, because instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you ask, "What is this teaching me?" And in that shift, you find wisdom, strength, and clarity. And by being grateful for lessons hidden in difficulties, you turn obstacles into stepping stones, and the universe rewards you with greater breakthroughs. Think about how relationships flourish when gratitude is present. When you thank your partner, your family, your friends for the little things they do, you nurture love and harmony. But when you take people for granted and complain instead, relationships weaken. So gratitude not only attracts material abundance, but also deepens emotional connections, making your life richer in every sense. Gratitude is also a form of trust, because when you are thankful for what you have, you are telling the universe that you trust more is on its way, and this trust opens the blessings, just as mistrust blocks them. Some people believe they will be grateful once they have achieved success, but the secret is that gratitude must come first, for it is gratitude that attracts success. You cannot wait until you have everything to be thankful. You must be thankful now to create the vibration that draws everything to you. Start by practicing gratitude in the smallest moments. Feel thankful for the air you breathe, for the ability to see, hear, walk, and speak, for nature's beauty, for opportunities to grow, for the guidance that comes your way. And as you fill your heart with thankfulness, you will notice that your energy lightens, your worries shrink, and your joy expands, and this joy becomes a magnet for success. Gratitude also grounds you in the present moment, keeping you from obsessing over the past or worrying about the future, because when you are truly grateful, you are here, now, savoring the gift of life, and the more present you are, the more powerfully you can attract. So let gratitude be your daily language. Let it shape your morning, your conversations, your thoughts before bed, because every moment of gratitude is a seed of abundance planted in the soil of your future, and soon you will look around and realize that life has multiplied your blessings in ways you could not have planned, all because you learned to align yourself with the most magnetic vibration of all: gratitude. Chapter 8: Visualization is the art of painting your future on the canvas of your imagination, the practice of seeing, feeling, and embodying your desires as though they are already real. And when you understand its power, you realize that it is not just daydreaming, but a deliberate act of creation. For the mind does not distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically experienced. And this is the secret behind why athletes, leaders, artists, and innovators have used visualization to achieve extraordinary success. When you visualize, you are programming your subconscious mind, aligning your vibration with the outcome you seek, and sending a clear signal to the universe about what you want to manifest. But the real key lies in visualization done with emotion, because pictures without feelings are lifeless, while emotions breathe energy into your vision, making it magnetic and alive. Imagine yourself holding the keys to your dream home, feeling the texture of the door handle, smelling the fresh paint, hearing the laughter of loved ones filling the rooms, and experiencing the pride of accomplishment in your chest. This level of vividness turns your vision into a vibrational reality, and the law of attraction begins to rearrange circumstances, opportunities, and connections to match the frequency you are radiating. Visualization also activates the reticular activating system in your brain, the mechanism that filters information, which means that when you consistently imagine a goal with clarity, your brain begins to notice opportunities in the real world that align with your vision, opportunities that may have always been there but were invisible to you before, and suddenly coincidences, synchronicities, and doors start appearing where walls once stood, because your inner focus shifts your outer perception. Many people fail to attract what they want because they focus more on what they don't want, constantly visualizing failure, rejection, or disappointment without realizing that their mental movie is sending out a signal of fear and lack. So the key is to discipline your imagination, to take control of the film that is playing in your mind, and to replay your desires with passion, faith, and gratitude until they become second nature. Some may say, "But I don't know how to visualize." Yet the truth is, everyone does it daily, whether worrying about bills, replaying negative scenarios, or dreaming about possibilities. The difference is intentionality, because success will live unless in the conscious choice to dwell on the outcome you desire, not the one you fear. To make visualization more powerful, consistency is essential. Practice daily, even if just for a few minutes in the morning or before sleep, when your subconscious is most receptive, and see yourself living the life you desire with clarity, detail, and emotion, for the subconscious thrives on repetition and feeling. Visualization is not only about material things like cars, houses, or wealth, though those can be part of it. It is also about visualizing health, happiness, confidence, inner peace, loving relationships, and a purposeful life. Because the more holistic your vision, the more balanced and fulfilling your manifestation will be. Visualization works hand in hand with belief, because if you imagine something but secretly doubt it, you create resistance. But when you combine visualization with faith, you remove the barrier between your dream and your reality, because faith allows your subconscious to accept the vision as true. And once your subconscious accepts it, your actions, behaviors, and opportunities begin to align naturally with that vision. A powerful practice is to create a vision board, a collection of images, words, and symbols representing your goals, and to place it where you see it daily, because every glance imprints the vision deeper into your subconscious, keeping your vibration aligned with your desires. But even beyond vision boards, the real board is your mind, where you can replay moving images of your ideal future anytime, anywhere, and the more detailed and emotionally charged these inner movies, the stronger the attraction power. Remember that visualization should not be rushed. When you close your eyes, breathe deeply, relax your body, and let yourself fully immerse in the scene, the experience becomes real to your senses, and the more real it feels inside, the faster it materializes outside, because the universe responds to the energy of your inner certainty. Visualization is also strengthened by gratitude. When you combine thankfulness with your vision, as though you already have what you desire, you magnify the frequency and accelerate the attraction, because gratitude affirms to the universe that your vision is not a fantasy, but a lived reality in the making. There will be times when doubts creep in, when the gap between your current reality and your vision feels too wide. But instead of giving up, remind yourself that the universe works in its own timing, that unseen forces are arranging circumstances behind the curtain of your life, and that persistence in holding your vision is the very thing that bridges the gap, for consistency is the proof of belief. Visualization also inspires action, because as you see yourself achieving your goal, your subconscious begins to create pathways for action, nudging you to take steps, make calls, learn skills, or seize opportunities that move you closer to your dream. And this is how visualization avoids being mere fantasy. It couples imagination with aligned action, guided by intuition and energy. Many of the world's greatest innovators and leaders attribute their success to visualization. Olympic athletes who replayed their races in their minds until victory felt inevitable. Entrepreneurs who imagined their businesses thriving before they launched them. And individuals who healed illnesses by visualizing health flowing through their bodies. These examples show that visualization is not just mystical but practical, rooted in both science and spirit. The greatest mistake is to underestimate the power of imagination, dismissing it as childish or unrealistic, when in truth, imagination is the workshop of creation, the space where reality is first conceived before being born into form. So let visualization be your daily ritual, your sacred practice of aligning with the life you desire, and let it fill you not only with images but with emotions, confidence and gratitude, for when you can see it, feel it, and believe it inside, the outside world has no choice but to catch up, and soon your imagined future becomes your lived reality, proving once again that the law of attraction responds to the pictures you consistently hold in your mind. Chapter 9. Affirmations are not just words repeated into the air. They are seeds planted into the soil of your subconscious mind, and when spoken with conviction, belief, and emotion, they reshape your inner world and transform your outer reality, because the language you use programs the way you think, the way you feel, and ultimately, the way you act. And the law of attraction responds to the vibration created by your inner dialogue. Every thought you have is an affirmation of some kind, whether positive or negative, and most people are affirming their limitations without realizing it by saying things like, "I can't do this," "I never have enough money," or "I'm not good enough." And these repeated statements become instructions to the subconscious mind, which does not argue or question, but simply accepts and creates according to the message it receives. So if you want to attract success, you must consciously choose affirmations that align with abundance, confidence, health, love, and growth, and repeat them until they become second nature. Affirmations are powerful because they help bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be by reprogramming your beliefs. And since your beliefs are the foundation of your reality, changing them through affirmations is like changing the blueprint of your life. For example, someone who constantly affirms, "I am worthy of success," begins to dissolve feelings of unworthiness that once blocked opportunities, and over time, this affirmation attracts situations, people, and resources that confirm this new belief. But affirmations cannot be effective if spoken mechanically or without emotion, because the subconscious responds to feeling more than words. So when you say, I am abundant. You must feel the abundance in your body. Imagine it surrounding you, and let the vibration of gratitude and excitement accompany the words. For it is not the sound of the affirmation that creates change, but the energy behind it. Another mistake people make is expecting instant results, repeating affirmations for a few days, and then giving up when nothing changes, forgetting that the subconscious mind is like fertile ground that needs consistent planting, watering, and nurturing before the harvest comes, and persistence is the key to seeing transformation. The best times to practice affirmations are in the morning, when your mind is fresh and sets the tone for the day, and at night, just before sleep, when your subconscious is most open to suggestion, and during these times your words sink deeper, influencing your vibration and attracting experiences that align with your affirmations. You can create affirmations in any area of your life. For health, you might say, every day, in every way, I am getting healthier and stronger. For wealth, money flows to me easily and abundantly from multiple sources. For relationships, I attract love, respect, and kindness into my life. And for confidence, I believe in myself and my ability to succeed. The key is to phrase affirmations in the present tense, as though the desired reality already exists, because saying, I will be successful, places success in the future, while I am successful affirms success now, aligning your vibration with its present reality. Some may resist affirmations because they feel false at first, but that discomfort simply reveals the gap between your current belief and your desired belief. And the only way to close that gap is through repetition, persistence, and emotional investment until the new affirmation feels natural and true. Affirmations also work faster when combined with visualization, because when you speak the words and at the same time imagine the scene, you create a powerful synergy of thought, word, and image, which sends an even stronger signal to the universe. For example, if you affirm, I am living in my dream home, and then close your eyes to visualize yourself walking through its halls, smelling the scent of new furniture and feeling the joy of ownership, the affirmation gains immense vibrational strength. Gratitude also amplifies affirmations, because when you add, I am grateful for the success flowing into my life, you affirm not only the outcome, but also the appreciation of it, which aligns you even more deeply with the energy of abundance. It is important to realize that affirmations are not magic spells that override all action, but tools that shift your inner frequency so that your actions become aligned with your desires. Because once your mind accepts a new belief, your behavior follows naturally, leading you to choices and opportunities that match the affirmation. For instance, a person affirming, I am confident and capable, will gradually act with more courage, take risks, and seize opportunities they once avoided. And as a result, life begins to confirm the affirmation through positive experiences. Scientific studies in neuroscience show that affirmations can rewire neural pathways in the brain, a process known as neuroplasticity, which means that by repeating empowering affirmations, you are literally reshaping the physical structure of your mind to support new patterns of thought, emotion, and behavior. This explains why affirmations practiced daily can change not just how you feel, but how you function in the world. It is also helpful to write your affirmations down, because writing adds another layer of reinforcement, and placing them where you see them often, on mirrors, notebooks, or phone wallpapers, keeps your subconscious immersed in the vibration of your desires throughout the day. You can even record your affirmations in your own voice and listen to them as you walk, exercise, or rest, letting them seep into your consciousness effortlessly. The more senses you involve, speaking, seeing, hearing, and feeling, the more powerful the affirmations become. Remember too that silence is a form of affirmation. The absence of negative self-talk is just as important as the presence of positive affirmations, because if you are affirming abundance in the morning, but complaining about lack during the day, You cancel out your efforts with contradictory vibrations, so guard your words carefully and let them always align with the life you want to create. Over time, affirmations evolve from conscious practice into automatic thinking, and when this happens, you no longer need to force positivity. It becomes your natural state, your inner dialogue harmonizes with success, and the law of attraction responds accordingly, sending more of what matches your new vibration. The truth is, you are always affirming something, whether by default or by design, and once you take control of this process, you harness one of the most powerful tools of manifestation available. Affirmations are the language of creation, the code you write into your subconscious, and when chosen with care, spoken with feeling, and repeated with persistence, they shape your reality into a reflection of your highest vision, proving that words, when aligned with belief and emotion, truly become worlds. Chapter 10: Visualization is the art of creating mental images so vivid, so real, and so emotionally charged that your subconscious mind accepts them as truth. And once the subconscious accepts an image, the law of attraction begins arranging circumstances, opportunities, and resources to bring that vision into your physical reality, because the mind cannot distinguish between an experience vividly imagined and an experience physically lived. When you close your eyes and imagine yourself already living the life you desire, whether it is success in your career, abundance in your finances, love in your relationships, or health in your body, you are broadcasting a frequency to the universe that aligns with that reality, and the universe responds by magnetizing situations that resonate with your vibration. Visualization works because it activates the same neural pathways in the brain that would be active if you were actually experiencing the event. So when you repeatedly imagine yourself succeeding, your mind becomes familiar with success, your body feels the emotions of success, and your actions naturally begin to align with what a successful person would do. This is why athletes visualization before major competitions, because when they mentally rehearse winning the game, crossing the finish line, or making the perfect shot, they condition their minds and bodies to respond as if it has already been achieved, and this mental rehearsal dramatically increases the chances of real-life success. For you, visualization can be used in the same way, not just in sports but in every area of life, because when you see yourself delivering that confident presentation, signing that business deal, enjoying that dream home, or living in radiant health, you create a roadmap for your subconscious to follow, and life begins to unfold according to that inner blueprint. But visualization is not merely about daydreaming or casually wishing. It requires focus, consistency, and emotional involvement, because the power lies not just in the picture, but in the feelings that accompany it. If you visualize your dream house but feel doubt, fear, or lack, then you are sending mixed signals, and the universe responds with mixed results. But when you visualize with excitement, gratitude, and certainty, you send a clear signal that attracts more of what you desire. The key is to make your visualization as detailed and sensory-rich as possible. If you want financial abundance, don't just see numbers in your bank account. Imagine yourself opening the app on your phone, feeling the joy in your chest, hearing yourself laugh in relief, smelling the fresh coffee on the table as you celebrate, and tasting the sweetness of freedom. Because the more senses you engage, the more real the visualization becomes, and the more your subconscious accepts it as truth. To strengthen your practice, set aside a few minutes each morning to visualize the day unfolding in your favor. Imagine yourself being productive, joyful, and successful, and see the outcomes going exactly as you would like them to, because this sets the tone for your actions and creates a vibrational alignment with your desires. At night, before you sleep, replay the vision of your goals as though they are already accomplished, because your subconscious mind absorbs these images most powerfully during the transition between wakefulness and sleep. Over time, repeated visualization plants deep seeds that begin to bloom into external results, often in ways that seem coincidental or miraculous. But in truth, they are simply the law of attraction responding to the images you have been projecting. Some people give up on visualization because they think it's not working when they don't see immediate results. But what they don't realize is that each session is shaping their subconscious, shifting their energy, and building momentum behind the scenes. And the physical manifestation is the final stage of a process that begins internally. Another misconception is that you must always visualize in perfect clarity. While detail is powerful, even a general image of yourself happy, free, and successful sends out a vibration of abundance, and the universe fills in the details. You can also enhance visualization with vision boards, collections of pictures, quotes, and symbols representing your goals, because seeing these images daily keeps your focus strong, reminds you of your desires, and reinforces your inner practice with outer cues. Pairing visualization with affirmations creates an even stronger effect, because when you say, "I am abundant," and simultaneously imagine yourself enjoying abundance, you align thought, word, and image, creating a trinity of manifestation energy that is nearly unstoppable. Visualization also works best when paired with gratitude, because when you visualize your dream as though it has already come true, and then give thanks for it, you create the emotional state of having received, and that state is precisely what draws the manifestation to you. Remember, the universe does not respond to your wishes, it responds to your vibration, and visualization is one of the fastest ways to shift that vibration into harmony with your desires. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, and eventually, your visualizations will feel so real that they carry the same emotional weight as your current reality, which is the tipping point where manifestation accelerates. Scientific studies confirm that visualization improves performance, reduces anxiety, and creates measurable changes in the brain, proving that what you imagine repeatedly becomes part of your neural structure. And this is why consistent practice is non-negotiable. You don't need hours every day. Even 5 to 10 minutes of deeply focused visualization, done with emotion and consistency, is enough to create powerful shifts over time. Some people like to visualize to music that inspires them because sound amplifies emotion, and emotion supercharges the image. Others prefer silence, focusing entirely on the sensory details of their imagination. The method matters less than the consistency and the feeling. When you visualize, avoid thoughts of or how it will happen. The universe has infinite ways to bring your desire into reality. And when you obsess over the how, you limit the possibilities. But when you simply hold the image, feel the joy of it, and release it with trust, you open the doors for miracles. In time, you will begin to notice small signs that your visualizations are working. Unexpected opportunities, supportive people showing up, doors opening where before there were only walls. And these signs are proof that your vibration is shifting. Celebrate them, however small, because acknowledgement amplifies the process and accelerates manifestation. Ultimately, visualization is not just about attracting things, it is about becoming the kind of person who lives in alignment with the reality you desire, training your mind to believe, your heart to feel, and your energy to radiate the frequency of your vision, until life has no choice but to match it. Chapter 11. Affirmations are among the most powerful tools in the practice of the law of attraction, because they are spoken declarations of intention that shape your subconscious beliefs, shift your internal dialogue, and create a vibrational match between what you desire and what you project to the universe. And the reason they work is simple. The words you repeat to yourself become the beliefs you hold, and the beliefs you hold determine the reality you experience. So if your mind is filled with statements of lack, fear, or doubt, then your life will continue to reflect lack, fear, and doubt. But if you consistently repeat words of strength, abundance, love, and possibility, then your subconscious begins to reprogram itself to expect those outcomes, and by the law of resonance, you begin to attract them. Affirmations are not about lying to yourself or pretending something is true when it isn't. Rather, they are about choosing to focus on the higher version of yourself and the reality you want to create, instead of being stuck in the story of your past or your limitations. Because your subconscious mind accepts repetition as truth, regardless of whether it is fact or fiction. And this means that through consistent use of affirmations, you can literally overwrite the limiting scripts that have held you back. Imagine someone who grew up constantly hearing, "You'll never be successful, money is hard to get, you don't deserve happiness." And now, as an adult, they wonder why they struggle with confidence, wealth, and joy. The truth is, those old affirmations, spoken by parents, teachers, or society, have become embedded in their subconscious, and their reality is merely reflecting that programming. The beauty of affirmations is that you can rewrite the script by saying daily statements like, "I am worthy of success," "I am abundant," "Opportunities flow to me," "I am confident and capable." You are planting new seeds in the fertile soil of the subconscious, and as you water those seeds with repetition and emotion, they sprout into new beliefs, which then manifest as new experiences. The key is consistency, because affirmations are like drops of water that eventually carve valleys into stone, and at first, you may not notice much change, but over time, the repeated declarations reshape your inner world, and therefore your outer world. Another important aspect is emotion, because words alone have limited power if they are spoken mechanically. But when you say affirmations with conviction, with gratitude, with excitement, and with the energy of already having what you affirm, the subconscious absorbs them much faster, and the universe responds with greater alignment. For example, if you stand in front of the mirror and flatly say, "I am wealthy," while inside you feel broke and defeated, then the affirmation may not penetrate. But if you close your eyes, breathe deeply, imagine the joy of abundance, smile, and then say, "I am wealthy, money flows easily to me," while feeling the gratitude as though it is already true, you create a resonance that attracts. Some people dismiss affirmations as wishful thinking, but neuroscience has proven that repeated thoughts create new neural pathways, and over time, the brain rewires itself to expect what is consistently repeated. So affirmations are not magic words, but tools for training your mind to anticipate success instead of failure. To make them more effective, affirmations should be phrased in the present tense, because when you say, "I will be successful," the subconscious interprets success as something always in the future. But when you say, "I am successful," it anchors the belief into the now, and the law of attraction works in the present moment, not in some distant tomorrow. Another tip is to keep affirmations positive, because the subconscious does not process negations well. If you say, "I am not poor," the mind still hears poor. But if you say, "I am abundant," it focuses on abundance. Write your affirmations down, repeat them aloud, record them and listen to them, or place them on sticky notes around your home. The more often you see and hear them, the faster they embed into your subconscious. Affirmations also become more powerful when tied to daily routines. Say them while brushing your teeth, while exercising, while driving to work, or right before sleep, because repetition in consistent contexts strengthens the habit and makes the new belief automatic. Combine affirmations with visualization for even greater power. If you affirm, "I am healthy and strong," and then imagine yourself running with energy, smiling, feeling vibrant, your mind merges the image with the words, and the belief becomes deeply anchored. Gratitude amplifies affirmations too, because when you affirm, and then give thanks as if it has already happened, you create the emotional state of receiving, and that state is magnetic. Skepticism often arises when affirmations contradict current reality. Someone in debt saying, "I am financially free" may feel like they are lying, but here is the truth. Affirmations are not about describing your present circumstances. They are about commanding your future reality. And with persistence, the inner shift will precede the outer change. Sometimes the mind resists strongly, in which case you can soften the affirmation by adding bridging words like, "I am in the process of becoming abundant," or "Every day I am more confident," because these are easier for the subconscious to accept while still moving you toward the desired belief. Over time, as your reality begins to reflect your affirmations, you will no longer need to force them. They will feel natural, and they will simply become statements of truth. Affirmations also influence your energy in social interactions. When you affirm, "I am confident and magnetic," you naturally carry yourself with more ease, smile more, and speak more assuredly, and people respond to that vibration, creating a feedback loop that reinforces the affirmation. The ultimate goal of affirmations is to align your inner language with the life you want to attract, so that your words, your feelings, and your energy are all in harmony with your vision. When your inner dialogue is filled with self-love, belief, and empowerment, the outer world cannot help but reflect those qualities back to you. Affirmations are simple, but they require faith, patience, and persistence, and when practiced with intention, they become one of the most transformative tools in the law of attraction, bridging the gap between desire and reality, and helping you step fully into the person you were meant to be. Chapter 12: Gratitude is one of the most magnetic forces in the universe when it comes to the law of attraction, because gratitude transforms your energy, shifts your focus from what is missing to what is already abundant, and raises your vibration so that you naturally align with more blessings. And while many people underestimate the power of gratitude by treating it as a simple "thank you," in reality it is an entire state of being, a mindset that tells the universe you are already abundant, already blessed, and therefore ready to receive more. Because the universal law is that what you appreciate appreciates, meaning that whatever you give thanks for multiplies in your life. Imagine two people living in the same circumstances. One complains daily about what they lack, focusing on problems, debts, and missed opportunities, while the other looks at the same situation and says, "I am grateful for my health, my family, the roof over my head, and the opportunities still before me." Who do you think will attract more abundance, opportunities, and joy? The complainer lowers their vibration, keeps themselves stuck in scarcity, and closes the door to blessings, while the grateful person radiates positivity, signals to the universe they are ready to receive, and draws more good into their life. And this is not just philosophy but energetic law. Gratitude is powerful because it rewires the brain. Neuroscientists have found that regular gratitude practices create new neural pathways that make your mind more optimistic, resilient, and open to opportunities. And since your thoughts create your reality, a grateful brain naturally attracts more reasons to be grateful. The beauty of gratitude is that it doesn't depend on external circumstances. You can choose to be grateful even when things seem difficult, and that choice shifts your state from lack to abundance, from fear to trust, from stress to peace. And in that higher state, you become magnetic to solutions, ideas, and opportunities that you could not see from the lower vibration of complaining. For example, someone struggling financially might focus only on their debt, which creates stress and attracts more struggle. But if they shift to gratitude, "I am thankful for the little money I do have, for the ability to earn, for the lessons I'm learning about responsibility," they begin to feel lighter, calmer, and more open. And that openness attracts creative solutions, new income streams, or unexpected help. Gratitude is also a multiplier when it comes to manifestation. If you want to attract wealth, don't obsess over what you lack, but give thanks for the money you already have, no matter how small. If you want love, don't cry about being lonely, But give thanks for the love of friends, family, or even the love you feel for yourself. If you want health, give thanks for the parts of your body that are strong and working well, and this vibration of gratitude calls in more of what you desire. Another aspect of gratitude is that it keeps the ego in check, because when you are grateful, you acknowledge that life is a gift, that blessings come from a higher source, and this humility opens you up to even more flow, while arrogance or entitlement blocks the flow, because it signals to the universe that you are closed off. Gratitude also shifts your perspective on challenges. Instead of seeing them as punishments, you begin to see them as teachers, opportunities for growth, and even blessings in disguise. And when you are grateful for lessons, rather than bitter about them, you turn obstacles into stepping stones toward success. To practice gratitude effectively, make it a daily ritual. Write down 3 to 10 things you are grateful for each morning or night. Speak them aloud with emotion, or simply sit quietly and feel the vibration of gratitude in your heart. Because it is not enough to just think the words. You must feel the emotion, as though your whole being is radiating thankfulness. You can also use gratitude as a powerful manifestation tool by giving thanks in advance for things you desire, saying, "I am grateful for the abundance that is flowing into my life. I am thankful for the opportunities arriving. I am grateful for my success," even before you see them, because this demonstrates faith, and faith is the fuel of attraction. Many people pray or ask for what they want, but then worry and doubt, which cancels their request. But when you pair desire with gratitude, you create certainty, and the universe responds to certainty faster than to doubt. Gratitude also deepens relationships, because when you express genuine thanks to people around you, you strengthen bonds, attract more kindness, and create a positive environment that multiplies blessings in every direction. And this is why people who live in gratitude often seem luckier, happier, and more loved. They are constantly giving and receiving positive energy. Gratitude is also medicine for the soul. It reduces stress, increases happiness, boosts health, and brings peace, because it aligns your heart and mind with the energy of love. And love is the highest vibration in the universe. If you ever feel stuck, angry, or hopeless, pause and list things you can be grateful for, even the smallest ones. The air you breathe, the food you eat, the sunlight on your face, and you will notice your energy shift almost instantly, lifting you into a better vibration where solutions can appear. Remember, gratitude is not a reaction to receiving. It is a choice to acknowledge abundance even before it arrives, and by living in that vibration, you call forth more abundance. The more you give thanks, the more life gives you to be thankful for, and this cycle of appreciation creates a spiral of blessings that expands endlessly. In the context of the law of attraction, gratitude is not optional, it is essential, because without it, desires become desperate pleas filled with lack. But with it, desires become confident expectations filled with abundance. And this is the subtle but powerful difference between chasing success and attracting it effortlessly. Gratitude is the language of the universe, and when you speak it fluently, everything you seek finds its way to you naturally, harmoniously, and abundantly. Chapter 13 Visualization is one of the most powerful tools in the practice of the law of attraction, because it allows you to create the future in the theater of your mind before it manifests in your physical reality. And the reason it works so effectively is that the subconscious mind cannot distinguish between something vividly imagined and something experienced. So when you visualize with clarity, emotion, and repetition, you program your subconscious to accept that reality as truth. And once your subconscious believes it, your thoughts, behaviors, and energy align with it, drawing the circumstances and opportunities necessary to bring it to life. Many people misunderstand visualization as daydreaming, but true visualization is much more intentional. It is about constructing a detailed inner movie of your desired life and stepping into it with all of your senses, feeling as if it is happening now, and the more real you make it inside, the faster it becomes real outside. Think of athletes who use visualization. Before competitions, Olympians imagine themselves crossing the finish line. Basketball players picture the ball swishing through the net, and swimmers see themselves gliding through the water with perfect form. And studies show that these mental rehearsals activate the same parts of the brain as physical practice, leading to real performance improvements. If athletes trust this method to achieve excellence, why should we not apply it to our own lives, careers, relationships, or dreams? The power of visualization is that it creates certainty in the mind, because once you have seen yourself succeeding over and over, you begin to believe it is inevitable, and belief is the magnet that pulls dreams into reality. To practice visualization effectively, you must first get clear about what you truly desire. Vague wishes like, "I want more money," or "I want to be happy," lack the detail that the subconscious needs to work with. But specific images like, "I see myself earning a six-figure income doing meaningful work, living in a home filled with light and love, driving my dream car, traveling to new countries, and feeling fulfilled every day," give the mind something concrete to hold on to. When you visualize, engage all five senses, see the colors and shapes around you, hear the sounds, smell the environment, touch the textures, and most importantly, feel the emotions of already having it, because it is the feeling that transmits the strongest signal to the universe. For example, if you are visualizing wealth, don't just see numbers in your bank account. Feel the freedom of paying bills with ease, the joy of buying what you want without fear, the comfort of security, and the thrill of abundance. If you are visualizing love, don't just picture a partner's face. Feel the warmth of their touch, the laughter you share, the peace of companionship, and the excitement of being cherished. Visualization should not feel forced. It should feel like slipping into a movie where you are the main character, already living your dream. And when done consistently, it reprograms your vibration so that the outside world begins to match what you see inside. One common mistake people make is visualizing with doubt in their heart. They imagine their dream, but immediately think, "This is impossible," or "It will never happen." And this cancels the energy, because the universe responds not just to your pictures, but to the feelings you attach to them. That's why belief and gratitude must be combined with visualization. You must believe it is possible, and you must give thanks as if it has already arrived. For that energy completes the cycle of attraction. Another secret to powerful visualization is repetition. Just as you cannot build a muscle with one workout, you cannot rewire your subconscious with one visualization session. So you must make it a daily practice, morning or night, spending at least 5 to 10 minutes vividly seeing and feeling your desired reality until it becomes second nature. Over time, you will notice subtle shifts, opportunities appear, people show up, ideas flow, and you start taking inspired action that aligns with your vision, often without even realizing it, because your subconscious begins guiding you like a compass toward the life you imagined. Visualization is not about controlling the exact how or the timeline of your manifestation. It is about setting the destination in your mind's GPS and allowing the universe to arrange the route, sometimes faster, sometimes slower, but always in alignment with your vibration. It is also important to visualize from a place of abundance, not desperation. If you visualize your dream house while feeling desperate about your current apartment, you are still broadcasting lack. But if you visualize with joy, gratitude, and excitement, you are broadcasting abundance, and abundance attracts abundance. Visualization can also be combined with vision boards, written affirmations, or meditation to deepen its impact. But the essence always remains the same: see it, feel it, believe it, and live as though it is already yours. Remember, every invention, every building, every piece of art, And every success story started as a vision in someone's mind before it became reality. Airplanes and electricity, smartphones, and even the cities we live in today were once pictures in someone's imagination, and through belief, persistence, and alignment, those visions materialized into the physical world. Your dreams are no different. The fact that you can imagine them means they already exist in the realm of possibility, and visualization is the bridge that pulls them into your lived experience. The law of attraction responds to clarity, certainty, and feeling, and visualization combines all three, making it one of the most direct paths to manifesting success. So commit yourself to the practice, allow yourself to dream vividly without limits, and remember that the images you hold in your mind with faith and gratitude are seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universe, destined to grow into the reality you will one day call your life. Chapter 14. Gratitude is often described as the highest vibration you can hold, and when it comes to the law of attraction, it is the fuel that powers every manifestation, because gratitude aligns you with the frequency of abundance, telling the universe that you already have enough, you already feel blessed, and you are already in harmony with the flow of good things. And this vibration naturally attracts more experiences, people, and opportunities to be grateful for. The paradox is that most people wait to feel gratitude until after they have received what they want. But the true power of gratitude comes from feeling it before your desire arrives, because in that moment you are demonstrating faith, trust, and alignment with the unseen forces that govern creation. Imagine planting a seed in the ground. When you water it, you don't doubt that it will sprout. You feel thankful for the growth that is already happening beneath the soil, even before you see it. Gratitude works the same way in manifestation, nurturing your desires with positive energy until they bloom in your reality. Gratitude is not simply saying, "Thank you." Mechanically, it is a deep emotional state, a heartfelt recognition of the blessings you already have, no matter how small, and when you focus on them, your attention shifts from lack to abundance, which is the very shift needed for the law of attraction to work in your favor. Think of two people walking through life, one constantly complaining about what they don't have, the other constantly appreciating what they do have. Both live in the same world, but their experiences will be drastically different, because the complainer is aligned with scarcity, while the appreciator is aligned with abundance, and the universe always gives more of what you are focused on. Gratitude also rewires the brain, creating neural pathways that make it easier to notice the positive, and science has shown that people who keep gratitude journals experience greater happiness, reduced stress, and better health, all of which raise your vibration and make you a stronger magnet for success. When you practice gratitude, you send a signal that you are ready to receive more, because the universe does not give to those who reject their current blessings, but it multiplies the blessings of those who celebrate them. For example, if you desire financial abundance but constantly complain about your bills, you are reinforcing the vibration of lack. But if you look at the same bills and feel grateful that you have electricity, water, or internet to pay for, you shift into the vibration of abundance, and soon more financial opportunities begin to appear. Gratitude is also a powerful antidote to fear, worry, and doubt. When you are truly immersed in appreciation, you cannot simultaneously hold the vibration of anxiety, because gratitude shifts your focus from what might go wrong to what is already right. Many great teachers as the key to spiritual and material success. They knew that by giving thanks, even for things unseen, they were pulling their desires into reality faster. A practical way to integrate gratitude into your daily manifestation practice is to start and end each day with it. When you wake up, instead of rushing into stress or distraction, take a few moments to list at least 3 things you are grateful for, whether it's your breath, your bed, your family, or the opportunities ahead, And when you go to sleep, reflect on what went well during the day, giving thanks for every blessing, big or small, because this programs your subconscious mind to seek more positivity. Another technique is to practice gratitude in advance, which means giving thanks for the things you desire as if they are already yours. If you are visualizing your dream job, say, "I am so grateful for the fulfilling career I have now, the supportive colleagues, the financial abundance, and the joy I feel doing work I love." And by doing this, you create an energetic signature that attracts the very scenario you are describing. Gratitude also expands your perspective. When you train yourself to appreciate small things, a smile from a stranger, a warm meal, a moment of peace, you realize that abundance has always been around you, waiting for you to notice it. And once you start noticing, it grows. Gratitude does not mean ignoring challenges or pretending problems don't exist. It means choosing to focus on what is good even in the midst of difficulties, because by doing so, you open the door for solutions and miracles. Think about people who face hardships but remain thankful. They often attract help, opportunities, and breakthroughs because their energy invites support, whereas those who wallow in bitterness push away the very help they need. Gratitude also deepens relationships. When you express genuine appreciation to others, they feel valued, and this strengthens your bond, creating more love, respect, and cooperation, which in turn feeds back into your vibration of abundance. In fact, expressing gratitude out loud can amplify its power. Telling the universe, telling people, or even telling yourself magnifies the energy of thankfulness. If you want to accelerate your manifestations, combine visualization with gratitude. See your desired future vividly, then immediately give thanks for it, as though it has already arrived. This creates an unshakable vibration of certainty and joy that the universe cannot ignore. Gratitude is not just a tool, it is a way of life, a lens through which you choose to view the world, and the more you practice it, the more natural it becomes, until one day you wake up and realize that you are surrounded by blessings, both expected and unexpected, because you chose to align with them. Remember, what you appreciate appreciates, meaning that when you recognize the value of something, its value grows, and the universe mirrors your appreciation by multiplying your blessings. The law of attraction is not about force, it is about flow, and gratitude is the easiest way to step into that flow, surrendering resistance and allowing abundance to reach you. If you want success, wealth, love, health, or happiness, begin not by demanding them, but by giving thanks for what you already have, and then extend that gratitude toward the desires that are on their way. Because the moment you feel truly grateful for something you cannot yet see, you are declaring with certainty that it is already yours in the spiritual realm, and soon it must appear in the physical. Gratitude is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, and by walking across it daily with sincerity and joy, you will find that the life you once dreamed of has become the life you now live, all because you learned to say, with your heart wide open, "Thank you." Chapter 15, Faith, is the final and most essential key to unlocking the full power of the law of attraction, because while desire sets the intention, visualization builds the image, and gratitude aligns the vibration. It is faith that holds everything together when nothing seems to be happening in the physical world, and it is faith that keeps you steady while the seed of your manifestation grows beneath the soil, unseen but alive. Faith is not wishful thinking, it is not blind hope, it is a confident knowing, a deep conviction that what you desire is already yours in the spiritual realm, and is making its way to you in the physical, and this conviction allows you to act, think, and live as though it is inevitable, even when your current circumstances do not yet reflect it. Just like a farmer trusts that his planted seeds will sprout when the season is right, even if weeks go by without visible progress. Faith demands that you continue to water your vision with positive energy, gratitude, and expectancy, refusing to dig up the soil out of doubt or impatience, because doing so would disrupt the natural process of growth. Many people give up too soon, abandoning their dreams just before the harvest, because they cannot see beyond the delay. But those with faith know that the unseen forces of the universe are always at work, aligning opportunities, rearranging circumstances, and preparing blessings that will arrive at the perfect time. Faith is also about letting go of control, trusting that you do not need to know every detail of how your manifestation will unfold, but believing wholeheartedly that it will. And this surrender is not weakness but strength, because it means you are aligned with universal intelligence rather than limited by your own reasoning. To live in faith is to walk with confidence even when the path is unclear, to speak with certainty even when evidence is absent, and to choose hope over despair, trust over fear, and perseverance over doubt. Faith is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows stronger the more you use it. Each time you trust the process and see your desires come to life, your belief deepens, and soon you develop unshakable confidence that nothing is impossible for you. Faith is also the bridge between delay and fulfillment. When you pray or set an intention, you often don't receive the result immediately, but faith fills the gap, keeping you aligned until the outcome arrives. And without it, you would slip back into doubt and sabotage your own manifestation. In fact, doubt is the greatest enemy of the law of attraction, because doubt neutralizes your energy, pulling you out of alignment. But faith is its antidote, keeping your vibration high and consistent even in the face of challenges. People often confuse faith with passivity, but true faith inspires action, because when you truly believe your dream is certain, you naturally take steps toward it with courage and excitement, and the universe responds to this energy by meeting you halfway. Faith is not only about believing in yourself, but also in the greater intelligence that governs life, the same intelligence that causes the sun to rise, the tides to move, and the seasons to change. And when you align your faith with that power, you tap into limitless possibilities. When challenges arise, and they always do, faith keeps you grounded, reminding you that obstacles are not signs of failure, but stepping stones toward your goal, often placed there to strengthen you, teach you, or redirect you to an even better outcome than you imagined. Sometimes the universe delays or reshapes your manifestation because something greater is on its way, and without faith, you might miss it, but with faith you remain open, flexible, and ready to receive. Faith is also a magnet for miracles. History and personal testimonies are filled with people who accomplished the impossible simply because they refused to stop believing, and the universe bent itself in response to their unwavering certainty. In practical terms, building faith requires daily practice. You can strengthen it by affirmations, repeating with conviction phrases like, "Everything I desire is already mine," or "The universe is working for me." By visualization, seeing yourself living your dream so vividly that it feels real, and by recalling past victories, reminding yourself of times when faith brought breakthroughs. Gratitude and faith also work hand in hand, because giving thanks for things you have not yet received is one of the purest demonstrations of faith. It says to the universe, "I trust so deeply that I am already celebrating." Faith also transforms your energy field, making you resilient to negativity. When you walk in faith, you are not easily shaken by criticism, fear-mongering, or temporary setbacks, because your inner knowing is stronger than any external noise. To live in faith is to embody success before it arrives, to smile in the waiting, to praise in the trial, to keep your energy aligned no matter the storm, and when you do this consistently, the universe always rewards you. Faith does not mean ignoring reality, but it means refusing to let reality dictate your future, choosing instead to see beyond the visible into the possible, and by doing so, you shift your reality itself. Faith is a choice you make every day, sometimes every hour, especially when challenges appear, but each time you choose it, you build momentum, and soon your life becomes a testament to what unwavering belief can accomplish. The law of attraction is not complete without faith, because faith is the glue that holds the process together, the invisible force that keeps you aligned until your desires arrive, the power that transforms delay into patience and obstacles into stepping stones. If you want to manifest greatness, wealth, love, health, or joy, you must cultivate a faith so strong that no circumstance, no voice of doubt, and no temporary setback can shake it, and when you do, you will discover that the universe has been waiting all along to deliver everything you asked for. Faith is the final key, and with it, you unlock the door to a life of limitless abundance, joy, and fulfillment, proving once and for all that what you believe with unwavering conviction, you will receive without fail.